Do we ring the big? For our community gathered here, for the Spirit that called us together and drew us into this place, we give thanks this day. For moments we have shared with others, for times when we have reached out to others, for times when others have reached out to us, for moments when we have discovered another along our path, we give thanks this day. For this community of welcoming, kindness, and belonging, we give thanks for this day. For our gathering together out of distant places, for our weaving together out of many separate selves this hour of celebration and worship, we give thanks this day. Please join in our opening hymn, Rising in Body or in Spirit. It's number 360, Here We Have Gathered.
It had been a cold, lean winter in the village. Already feels that way, doesn't it? Winter had lasted longer than usual, and the stores of food that had been carefully gathered after the fall harvest were now nearly gone. In fact, the villagers and farmers in the valley were growing fearful. Spring had broken the back of winter, but it would still be weeks before the tender green shoots of new plants would come up the rich soil of their gardens. It would be weeks before plump fish returned to the nearby rivers. Suddenly, through the morning mist, the villagers noticed two figures in the distance. Two people were walking on the road straight towards their village. Who could it be? Who's going to visit the village, and what do they want?
Good morning, and welcome to this place of fun and fellowship. I'm Pam Fodor, Director of Programs here at the church, And I'm joined by Paula Sejut-Dvorak, Jamie Pastman, the Celebration Singers, our tech crew, and a handful of other talented church friends. It truly takes a village to put on this year's annual family Thanksgiving service, Stone Soup. If you're visiting us today or are newish to our congregation, we welcome you and invite you to stop by our visitor's desk in the back living room. If you are visiting us on YouTube today, please reach out to us using the live chat button, or you can visit our website, click on the Connect button, and fill out our newcomers form. Everyone is encouraged to join us downstairs following the service for delicious stone soup and good company. Each Sunday, we recognize someone from the congregation that's making a difference in our church community. Today, we recognize the efforts of Tracy Olson, who I don't see. Darn. Well, Tracy, if you're watching on YouTube, please know that we truly appreciate your efforts over the past 4 years. She's been our social justice circle coordinator, overseeing all kinds of things that truly are making a difference in our world. And she also leads our Wise Elders group that helped during the pandemic to keep our elders connected, and they're still going strong. So we are so grateful for Tracy and thank her for all her contributions. And as always, there's a lot going around here at church. You can read all about it in News and Notes, which arrives in your inbox every Friday. If you do not get News and Notes and would like to, please email either the office or RE, that's me, at hinsdaleunitarian.org, and we will get you on. Just a couple highlights. There'll be a leaf raking and wood sawing party on November 26th, starting at 9 o'clock. Please bring a rake and your family and helping hands to clean up our church grounds for winter. Secondly, on Friday, December 2nd, we, when I say we, I mean the membership committee and I, are hosting a Deck the Halls party here at church. We're going to decorate the sanctuary and downstairs for the holidays. We're going to have snacks and treats and crafts, and it's going to be a wonderful time, and we're going to follow all that up with a sing-along. So hope to see you there. It's for everybody of all ages, so we hope that you can come. And also, thanks to our newly formed Welcoming Congregation Committee, we have pronoun stickers for our name tags. They're in the back at the visitors table. You can choose the one that works best for you. We'll also have them downstairs if there's a line back there today and for the next couple of weeks. So please, 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 please help create a caring community here at UCH and get a pronoun sticker. And then there's also one more announcement from Jean.
Thank you, Pam.
Sure.
This is actually from Dave Lloyd in Green Sanctuary. It's been 25 years since Cosmo Kramer first threw down a pile of Pottery Barn catalogs on the post office desk and demanded an end to the scourge of the mailbox. Since that time, not much has changed. Millions of catalogs are delivered at this time of year, whether we ask for them or not. Catalogs use paper made from trees and bleached with toxic chemicals and ink made from petroleum. They are shipped across the country in trucks using millions of gallons of gasoline, only to wind up in your mailbox so that we can idly flip through them, sometimes, before throwing them away or at least recycling them. So we have two challenges in regards to catalogs this holiday season. First, you can stop all these catalogs from coming to your home and save all of those resources. The surest way to do this is to go to the website and click on the unsubscribe or stop button, usually at the bottom of the homepage somewhere. Your Green Sanctuary Committee will have more tips on even easier and quicker ways to stop catalogs in the coming weeks. I have a couple friends who work for the post office, and they assured me that they're going to be fine without all the additional catalogs, so don't worry about all those poor post office workers. The second challenge is to bring all of your catalogs to church so we can see the mass quantities of paper that arrives at our doors this time of year. We'll have a collection point downstairs, and at the end of the season, we'll have a dramatic evidence of all the volume of paper that members of just one church receive every year. So bring in your catalog starting next week, get in line, and stop the deluge. Thank you very much.
There are many, many other events and meetings and programs going on at church, so be sure to check your news and notes. So let's start off by lighting our chalice. We light our chalice as a symbol of gratitude as we celebrate the abundance of our lives together. In this sanctuary, we harvest bushels of strength for one another and offer our crop with the hands of compassion and generosity. In the authentic and gentle manner of our connections, we cultivate a simple sweetness to brighten our spirits. May we be grateful for the ways we nourish and uplift each other, for it is the sharing of this hallowed time together that sustains us.
While we were beginning our worship service, the villagers were still staring down the road, watching the two strangers approach. Would they be friendly? Were they dangerous? What reason could they have for visiting their village, especially during the lean days of spring? Questions whirled through the villagers' minds. As the strangers entered the village, an elder stepped forward to greet them.
Good morning and peace to you. Who passes this way?
Greetings and peace to you, madam. We are simple travelers on a long journey.
We seek nothing but a friendly people, so that we might rest our feet for a day, share some stories and a meal, and sleep among friends tonight before continuing on our way.
You come in peace and are in need of rest. We are a humble village, but a friendly one, and we would welcome hearing the stories and news that you bring from far away. We have warm fires that will keep you safe and comfortable as you sleep. But a meal, you say? You want to share a meal? Did you bring the meal with you?
We share stories and news.
And some lovely stones and seashells that I picked up along the way.
You and those silly seashells, you and those silly stones you just had to pick up. We bring important news from the cities on the other side of the mountain, madame. We bring stories of intrigue and suspense from those who have fought dragons and live to tell the tale. We bring the juiciest gossip of the king's new consort and her considerable assets. But we do not, I beg your understanding, bring a meal.
Unless you want to chew on my seashells, but I wouldn't recommend it.
We're eager to hear your stories, my friends, and your news. I'm particularly interested to hear about the assets of the king's new consort. Our offer of a fire and friendship still stands. You may join us for this day and night, but we beg your understanding. This has been a hard winter, and we have very little food to get us through to the growing season. There's barely enough food for ourselves, so we can't provide you with a meal.
Well, thank you, madam. We understand and appreciate taking simple sanctuary with you this day and night.
Drat, I'm hungry. What are we gonna do? How will we eat?
Oh, we'll think of something. Just please stop with stones and seashells already. I'm tired of hearing about it.
What hardship. Everyone's hungry, but no one seems to be able to share food. As we let the strangers and the villagers find their way to the village, let's celebrate that they are at least going to be together. Please join in singing hymn number 67, We Sing Now Together.
The two strangers were happy to enter the village. They found a beautiful glade of trees where they could be comfortable. As they settled in, their growling stomachs reminded them that, well, they'd met with good fortune in this village. It wasn't outstanding fortune. The villagers seemed hungry or stingy or both. It was hard to tell. What was clear was that the villagers wouldn't be offering any food to the strangers anytime soon.
I'm hungry.
So am I, friend.
I'm so hungry I can't stop thinking about golden griddle cakes made from the finest cornmeal.
Oh no, let's not speak of food. You're just making me hungrier.
That's what I'd like to eat right now, a big, steaming stack of fluffy griddle cakes with juicy blueberries and wildflower honey on top.
What did I say?
And then I'd like to eat a platter of succulent grilled fish with roasted vegetables and sea salt.
Am I talking to myself? I lost my spot. Please stop.
Fish with potatoes, little roasted potatoes, crispy little salty potatoes.
If you don't stop, I'm going to leave you and go rest and find somewhere else to sit. I am. See if I don't.
To tell you the truth, I'd settle for a nice hot bowl of soup. Too bad all we have are these stones. You're right, it was silly to pick them up. You can't make soup out of stones. Nope, nope, nope.
That's it. First, you won't stop talking about the seashells and the stones. And now you won't stop talking about food. Stones, soup, stones, soup. It's driving me crazy. Stone soup, stone soup, stone soup. Hey, wait a minute. Hey! Hey!
What? Did you forget to tell me that you actually have some griddle cakes with you?
I have an idea. Would you please show me one of your prettiest stones?
Now you're interested in my stones?
Beautiful. I love gray. How would you like to make a little magic with this stone? I think it could help us make a very nice meal.
I can't imagine how, but I'm all ears. Tell me what you have in mind.
When we make a little magic for our congregation by taking the offering for its financial support.
Pardon me, friend, but do you have a large pot?
Cooking pot? Why would you want that? If it's a bath you want, the river's right around that bend. The water's pretty cold right now, but
A cooking pot is what we need, madam, and cooking is what we're going to use it for. You see, we just remembered that some of the stones my companion's carrying are, well, they're of the magic variety. You see, and we want to thank your village for your hospitality by making stone soup.
Stone soup? I've never heard of such a thing. It doesn't sound very appetizing.
Ah, but it is, madam. Stone soup is appetizing and delectable, and it's very simple to make. All you need is the right stone, which we have, and a cooking pot, which we very much hope you'll lend us, and some fresh water from your well, which shouldn't be a problem, and finally, a small fire on which to cook, which we already have before us.
And so it was, curious, hungry, and eager to be of assistance. The villagers helped the two strangers fill the pot with fresh water, and then hoisted the pot over a cooking fire. As they did, the villagers whispered to one another, "Stone soup. Have you ever heard of such a thing? What can this be? How?"
Thank you, friends. Let me now add the magic stone, and our stone soup will be underway.
Not yet, friend, not yet. Like any soup, stone soup takes a while to prepare. It will be ready to eat by and by.
And so the stone soup began to simmer, and the villagers stood around watching the strangers, more curious than ever, but also hungrier than ever. Thank you so much to the choir. As the two strangers began brewing their stone soup, the hungry villagers looked on, and so the magic began.
Where did you learn how to make stone soup? Is it a traditional food from your homeland?
That's right. I mean, yes. Both of us made stone soup many times, many times. Be out here, please.
Oh, yes, many times. Although this batch of soup probably won't be as good as it was the last time we made it. Remember that?
Oh, yes. Nothing could be as delicious as that soup. It tasted as though the angels had made it themselves.
Heavenly. We might be able to make this batch of stone soup as delicious as that one, if only.
If only...
What? If only what?
If only we had an onion or two. If only we could add some onions, that the soup would tempt the gods themselves to come down from heaven to eat among us.
You know, I might be able to help have some onions in my cellar and was saving them for, well, it doesn't matter. Would you like them for the soup?
Of course, thank you.
Who has onions? Who has onions?
We got one here. It's biodegradable plastic. It's good. Ah, yes, now it's becoming sublime stone soup. Sort of sublime with onions, but to be truly sublime, we'd also need to add a few carrots, but that would be too much to expect.
It certainly would. A few carrots are out of the question, even though they'd make our stone soup supremely sublime.
Actually, I still have a few carrots in my cellar. May I give them to you for our soup?
Yes, you may add your carrots.
Thank you for sharing, friend. Now our stone soup is on its way to being superbly satisfying.
I mean not to interfere with your magical soup, but
Speak up, friend. What is it?
is there a chance that your stone soup would benefit from a few potatoes?
Certainly.
Superb, sublime.
One by one, the shy villagers became bolder, stepping forward to reveal that they had small treasures in their cellars and cold stores. A child was sent forward by her parents with a small cabbage. A man proffered a handful of peas, and another villager supplied a couple of eggplants. Yet another villager stepped up to the pot of bubbling soup with 2 juicy tomatoes.
We'll take 3.
And lastly, a few good shakes of salt and pepper.
Wait, you gotta shake it.
Every time someone brought forward a small contribution to the soup, the strangers gratefully accepted it and stirred it into the soup pot. Well, almost every time. There was one exception.
I have some anchovies here.
Anchovies? No, ick.
What my companion means is we couldn't possibly accept such a generous contribution. But thank you anyway, perhaps as an appetizer.
Oh, good idea.
And so the soup pot, now filled with an assortment of vegetables and grains, began to release its tantalizing aroma throughout the village. I bet if you take a big sniff right now, you might be able to smell it. Everyone's mouth was watering and stomach grumbling to think of eating such a fine meal. The stone soup was nearly complete, and the villagers' hope and gratitude began to crowd out thoughts of hunger.
Before we join the villagers in their feast, we pause to find our reasons for hope and gratitude. During this time of silent meditation, let us savor this moment here and now and the company we share. spirit of life and love. Too often, when we see someone in need, our hearts turn to stone. Too often, the people who cross paths with us move us to indifference or irritation, or they simply become invisible to us amid the burdens we carry. This week, or even this day, we will surely encounter someone or something that might cause our hearts to turn to stone. When that happens, may we remember that all the gifts we can give, the greatest gift is love. May our hearts open not just to those who are close to us, but all people and beings whom we encounter. Let our judgment turn to forgiveness. Let our irritation give way to patience. Let us live our belief in compassion and love. If something is dancing or weighing on your heart this morning, we invite you to come up, light a candle, and share with our community.
Candles for a friend of mine's father who slipped on the ice and fell and not doing too well.
One for Joyce Van Kira, who never ever turned a heart cold, ever. Totally the opposite. The most beautiful service in Riverside for her on Friday. The second is for Joe, who did a wonderful performance at that memorial, vocal performance. And the third for a longtime member who moved away years ago. I don't think she's been recognized for having passed in the last year. Fran Boss was a member here for many years.
I'm thankful for I have a big family.
I'm thankful for him.
I'm Carol, and I'm an 89-year-old lesbian in Colorado. I lit this candle for those who were injured and the families of those who were killed last night in a gay bar in my hometown.
Hi, my name is Nancy, and I'm here. I lit 2 candles this morning to celebrate the birthday of 2 of my dearest friends who both happen to have the same birthday tomorrow. Lorna Nuniker, I think many of you probably remember her. She's a longtime member of our church. She can no longer come, but she's celebrating her 94th birthday tomorrow, so I look forward to celebrating that with her. And also my dear friend Kathy Blandford is going to be turning one of those pesky birthdays, a 0 birthday tomorrow. I won't mention which one, but happy birthday to 2 really dear people.
I'm Debbie Daniel Wayman, and about a dozen years ago, I had the privilege of leading the youth group on a service trip to Heifer. And this service is what I'm grateful for today because it's reminding me of a real stone soup dinner we had. It was a place where you lived as though you were in a developing country, and we were all very hungry by day 4, having only eaten enshima, which is like grits, for 4 days. And there was a simulated flood The beans that we had been saving were all over the dirt. And people from 3 different little encampments came to help us and wash the dirt and bring extra squash and bring extra goat's milk to make it a creamy soup. And we created our own stone soup. The program was supposed to celebrate a big relief dinner the next day, but this just came out of the hearts of all of the people that were there, just like the villagers, and we got to really live it. So this church gave a wonderful gift. That's actually what the whole Fair Trade program grew out of at the church.
I'm Norma. I have 2 candles lit, one for our lovely visit with our daughter-in-law yesterday. She came in from warm California to this, well, anyway. And then I want to roll the calendar back a few days, a little more than a week, to November 15th, a birthday that we overlooked. And it is for our dear celebration singer person, Julia. Happy birthday, Julia.
I'm Kathy. It's been 3 weeks today since I lost my dearest friend in the whole world. We are having a celebration of Amici in Elmhurst on December 18th, and would love to have you come.
I'm Michelle. I'm lit a candle for my daughter Chaz, who I adopted 25 years ago.
We light 3 final candles, one for the celebrations and concerns that are too close to our hearts to share, one for the LGBTQ plus community of Colorado Springs. In case people don't know, there was a shooting there last night. And the 3rd candle for our country and its leaders. That was beautiful. Thank you so much to the choir. Finally, the meal was ready. After cooking for an afternoon, the strangers and their magic stone had prepared a soup that was now ready to be eaten.
Step right up, my friends. Bring a bowl, bring a spoon, and come taste this delicious stone soup.
What if we run out?
We won't run out. There's plenty for everyone to eat. That's the magic of stone soup.
No matter how old they were, every villager had his or her fill of soup from the bubbling pot. Everyone agreed that it was the tastiest soup they'd ever eaten, and no one could quite believe that the strangers had made it from a single small stone. That night, the villagers slept soundly with full bellies and grateful hearts. It was a little easier to believe that spring, with its bounty of food, was just around the corner. It was easier for the villagers to hope that they'd never know such a deep hunger again. And it was satisfying for the villagers to reflect that, upon welcoming strangers among them, they had received a gift that they'd never expected.
We too have so much to share, not only with one another, but also with the community around us. In this story, our strangers told the villagers that they created soup with a magic stone. Do you believe in magic? Do you believe the stone was magic? What one person might call magic is known to others by different names, like grace, or random acts of kindness, or even luck. If you pay attention, you'll find that we experience these moments of magic or grace everywhere. Seeking out these moments takes some effort and energy, and it's very easy to find problems in the world around us, but only very skilled eyes and hearts can find grace and kindness from moment to moment. I challenge you this holiday season to be the change you would like to see in the world. It works a little bit like magic.
Dawn came early the next day. With the first call of the rooster, the strangers began to prepare for their journey. As they stepped onto the road, a few of the villagers came to see them off.
Must you go so soon?
Go we must. Our journey continues.
But before you leave, please, I have 2 questions for you. 2 questions that all of us have been talking about since our meal. The first is this: why did you take such kindness on us?
It was you who were first kind to us, madam. You welcomed us into your village. You liked my shells. I always appreciate it when people admire my seashell collection.
Our kindness was more than just repaying your kindness, however. It is our way. It's the way we wish to be in the world.
Also, we just like soup.
We like soup.
Thank you for entering our village as strangers and leaving as friends.
The strangers waved to the villagers, who happily waved back. It wasn't until the strangers had reached the bend in the road that the elder remembered her second question.
Wait. Where did you get that magic stone?
But the strangers had already rounded the bend in their road. Their answer was caught by the wind and carried into the treetops. The villagers never learned exactly where the strangers had found that magic stone. But over the years, the wisest among them realized that magic stones were all around them, before their very eyes. Please rise in body or in spirit and join in our closing hymn, We Lift Our Hearts in Thanksgiving.
May we whisper, thank you, for all that is good in our lives. May we shout, thank you, for the abundance of blessings.
Thank you.
May we feel, thank you, thank you, thank you, deep within our hearts and around us right now. May we be thankful down to our bones for this time together. May we take the time to feed each other, take care of each other, appreciate and trust each other, and say thank you, for it is the only prayer we'll ever need.
I was going to play something, but I'm hungry. Let's go eat.
Please, everybody, join us downstairs for stone soup, and thank you to my wonderful stone soup players. And may you all have wonderful Thanksgiving weeks.